How to introduce you, the legend that is Owen Jones, everybody.
Are TDL gonna lose? Yeah! Are you gonna win a wage on which you can live? Yeah! Are you gonna win your hard-won rights? Yeah! Well, we can all go home. So, friends, we live in a society where most people in poverty are in work, earning their poverty, where millions of other people are on low incomes. The people who prop up this society, without whom we could not function, including people like yourselves, on people who literally our lives depend. And yet we also live in a society where people who cause damage and harm are given millions. Whether it be the bankers who plunge this country into calamity, then walk off with all the money they've given and expect the majority to pay for a crisis they had absolutely nothing to do with. Whether it be the accountancy firms who are paid millions to encourage people to avoid tax and deprive revenue for essential public services. Whether it be advertising head honchos who try and encourage us to buy products we don't need that damage our health. We live in a society that's so skewed towards those at the top who often cause so much damage and harm, while the people on whom this society would not function are not given the rights and wages they deserve. And that is a damning indictment of this entire social order, and that is why these strikes are so important. You are people who are working day in, day out, risking your health, and yet you are not being given a wage and rights that you deserve, whilst the head of TDL has more than doubled his salary in the last few years. That is an absolute and utter total disgrace. They have the money, they have the profits being hoarded away into bank accounts. They're choosing not to give you the wage on which you deserve and trying to force you even to buy your own equipment. But this is why this struggle is so important. For so long, bosses in this country thought they could get away with everything. The last generation or so has been one big party. In the last few years, in the midst of the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression, the wealth of the top 1,000 people in Britain has more than doubled, whilst working people have suffered the longest squeeze in their wages since the Napoleonic War in the beginning of the 19th century. Only Greece has suffered a worse squeeze in wages. That party has to come to an end, and that's why these strikes are so important. Not just for you, not just fighting for your rights, but encouraging other workers who are in similar circumstances to fight back and win as well. And we've seen how work is struggling, how it works. We've seen, for example, the LSE cleaners who were demonised and humiliated and attacked, overwhelmingly migrant and from BME backgrounds, many of them women, and they fought and they organised and they won. And we've seen it with cinema workers, like at Curzon Cinema, who organised and fought for that basic right. It should be a basic right in the 5th richest economy on earth to have a genuine living wage. They organised and they fought and they won. Whether it be the electricians, the Sparkies of Balfour Beatty, who took on a multinational corporation and organised and fought and took direct action, and they won. Workers fighting together with solidarity can win. Using collective power is always, whatever their millions, whatever their support from the media, the organised power of working people with solidarity from across the labour movement and our communities can win, and that's what this is all about. And just finally, the reason this is so important, and I always think about this, particularly in some of the darker times we've had as of late, the way we get change isn't through the generosity and goodwill of the powerful. Women didn't win the right to vote because one day the powerful went, oh, I'm feeling generous, I'll give them the vote for a laugh. The way we win our rights and freedoms is not by begging or simply writing polite emails or signing the odd petition, as important as they can be. It's by the struggle and determination and courage of people who dare to fight from below. Every right we have, the right of workers of women, of LGBTQ people, of having a welfare state. These were things that people fought for and organised, and that is the tradition in which we're standing. We stand on the shoulders of giants, and every struggle and strike over the last 100, 150 years encouraged other workers to do the same and ensured we won the rights that many working people then got, which are now under attack. So keep fighting and keep organising. You've got them on the run. They've already been forced to issue concessions they did not want to give. And if you continue fighting and organising, just as so many workers in this country and beyond, by taking the action you're taking, won those rights and won decent pay and terms and conditions, you will as well. So keep fighting, keep organising. Let's go out into our communities and ensure everybody knows what's actually going on. And in the end, with determination and courage and resilience and solidarity, you will win. Solidarity!